Overreacting to 1 week in the NBA is stupid, I know, but what I'm about to show you is gonna blow your mind. It's an advanced stat tool that shows us exactly how good or bad every NBA starter has been so far. I mean, we think Russell Westbrook is struggling, right? But just how bad is it actually? Same goes for Steph Curry. Dude looks like an MVP again, but there are actually 4 players who are clearly better than him so far. Boom, this is it. It's from a site called NBAmath.com. They put together every starter on a graph. It shows how good on offense and defense every guy has been. So we're gonna dig into this to show who's been the best and the worst NBA players so far, and which team's success is real. Like, are the Bulls actually legit? All right, guys, so first I have to actually explain this graph, which luckily is pretty simple. So offense is measured left to right. So if you're bad on offense, you're all the way to the left. If you're good on offense, you are to the right. Guys in the middle have been average on offense. Defense is measured up and down. All the way at the bottom, bad on defense. At the top, great on defense. Guys in the middle are average on D. Easy. This is through the first week of games. We will get to the worst NBA player, which teams are legit, and my surprises. But first, Nikola Jokic is the best player in the NBA. Nick Wright looks like an idiot right now.
When you look at the list of league MVPs over history, I say this with respect to Jokic. Historically speaking, he would be the worst one we've had in 35 years.
Oh, Mr. Worst MVP in 30 years is actually a badass. 26.8 points a game so far, better than his MVP season. He's one of the best defenders in the league, which is obviously not real. Okay, the Nuggets have been a top 3 defense in the West so far, and Jokic is just blocking a ton of shots. That will come down. The worst NBA player in the league is Tyrese Maxey, and I'm afraid this might be real. Emmanuel quickly pretty much summed it up.
The Knicks on a 26-10 run, culminated by these 2 hoops.
Oh my God, that is embarrassing. Maxey cannot stop anyone. He cannot score. I feel bad for him too, because he's just a second-year player thrown into a bad spot because Ben Simmons is a giant baby. Unless your name is like LaMelo Ball, most young players aren't ready to start point guard in the NBA. Dude has to score, he has to defend, and he has to get the team organized in the right spots against other starters now. Tyrese is 20 years old. I know he looked good in Summer League, but the actual NBA is another level. And the playoffs are a level above that. The Sixers can't go into the postseason with Maxey as their starter. This might actually force them to trade Ben Simmons for a lot less than they want to. I was one of those people who was really high on Maxey, but so far, it looks like I was wrong and he's just not ready. Let's get to our good surprises so far. Not a big surprise actually, but Kevin Durant is a beast. He has been a plus on both ends as usual. I picked Luka Doncic to be MVP, but right now KD is making a great case and Luka is just average. Same goes for James Harden, who is averaging 3 free throws a game. The new rules have killed the beard. It's almost like they're missing something.
I know what you want me to say. Yeah, we do miss Kyrie. We do.
The next good surprise is Karl Anthony Towns. He's one of the best offensive players in the league, duh, but he's also stepped up on defense. That is amazing. I doubted Cat before the season when he said he wanted to be a 7-foot-tall Patrick Beverley, his new teammate. He's actually been better than Pat Bev. And the same thing goes for CJ McCollum. Great on offense, above average on defense. It's almost like another team should trade for him. Big shout out to Miles Bridges. You cannot really even see him on the graph because he's covered up by Giannis. Yes, Miles friggin' Bridges has had the same impact as the Greek Freak so far. Obviously, I don't think that will continue all season, but if the season ended right now, he would be the obvious most improved player of the year. I do not expect Harrison Barnes to keep this up. What? He's the 3rd best offensive player so far, just above Ja Morant and Zach LaVine. Paul George, also not a surprise really, but people who claimed he was a joke after the bubble continue to look stupid. Big shouts to Jimmy Butler, by far the best defender in the NBA this season. We know he's a badass, so that's nothing new, but let's get on to the bad surprises. Russell Westbrook. Average defensively, but one of the worst offensive starters in the NBA. And I actually have a ton of respect after seeing this from Russ. I expected things to be rough, and this shows me that, yeah, Russ is trying to figure it out, but while he's doing that, he is busting his butt on the other end, which is awesome. I do expect Russ to rise, along with Damian Lillard, about 18 points a game, his worst ever, 17% from three. I have no idea what is wrong with Dame, but him promising not to leave Portland was a mistake. His whole point was, oh, Chauncey Billups is a great coach. What if he's not? So apparently Jalen Suggs is the second worst starter in the league. So far, the Raptors look real smart picking Scotty Barnes because he has been awesome. But what about team success? Not sustainable teams start with the Bulls. They are exactly what we thought. Zach LaVine is a beast on offense. Gigantic negative on D. DeMar DeRozan, just as bad on defense, but just above average offensively. Lonzo Ball has been plus on offense, but a negative on defense. The only real plus defender has been Alex Caruso. But all of this points to having a really easy schedule. I am sorry, Bulls fans. This is just what the stats say, okay? And by the way, Bulls fans have been demanding an apology from me, but they're the ones who are going to be saying sorry after this great record bombs. Same goes for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They have the second best record in the East, but Cat's really their only positive on both ends. Anthony Edwards has been a mess defensively, even though awesome on offense. D'Lo has kind of disappointed overall. And this isn't really a knock on Minnesota. I just think that my prediction of them making the play-in was correct. Another team that is a fraud, only kind of reverse, is the Brooklyn Nets. Okay, they've got an MVP in Kevin Durant, but they're worse than the Cavaliers. I am sure that that will all even out. But what about the sustainable success? Really, there was just one team that stood out to me, and that's the Miami Heat. They have a good record, which we expected, but their best players are playing like stars. We mentioned Jimmy Butler's defense. Bam Adebayo has been above average. I think he'll only get better. But what about Tyler Hero? Yes, buffed up Tyler Hero. He has been above average offensively and above average on defense. I am a Tyler Hero believer. Once Kyle Lowry gets fully healthy from that ankle issue, I expect the Heat to keep playing like a contender. Hey, if you guys liked this NBAmath.com website, I think, puts out this graph like every week or something. We could keep doing this segment, so let me know down below in the comments. Did you like this? And a little bit more about Damian Lillard. Yes, he did say, I'm not leaving Portland. And it sounded like he was dead serious. If you want to hear his full comment, check out this video and my full reaction to it.